Hello, and I'm here today to answer the question number 3, explain to someone how my Excel program in number 2 works. Someone who has never used Excel before, how I turn number 2 questions into this using Microsoft Excel. This is the first sheet where you put in all your equations, and this is the second sheet where you see the graph and you see all the when x intersects y basically. I'm here today with my friend Paul, and he is someone who has never used Excel. He does not understand how it works, so I'll be explaining to him, and towards the end I will ask his feedback, whether he understands what I did and what I did not do. So for starters, please could you turn the page here. Now, in Excel, they say create a table for the values of x, right? When you're doing it, you could turn around and also look at Paul so that you can see if he's following along with what I'm saying. Thank you. All right, so now if you look at the values of x, they say that x is greater than or equals to -2 and less than or equals to 3.5. And the steps are in minus 0.05. So I put 2 and then I put -1.95. And as you see, it keeps going. It keeps going by 5. It keeps going down all the way till 3.5. That is how the graph is. But as I come and approach this way, there's an easier method which I use, where after I select them and then I drag them down, it will automatically do the step for me. Do you understand how it's going? Yeah. This is how X works. Now, they say to work out the function using Excel, right?
Wait, sorry,
so we add...
Could you explain the last part again?
Yes. So this is how, this is -2, yeah. And this is -1.95. Yeah. So it's in steps, 0.05. If you get a calculator, one sec, who has a calculator? Do you have a calculator? Okay, so -2 minus 0.05, what would that give you?
1.95.
Yes, -1. It will give you... I'm sorry,
I'm not a mathematician, I'm crazy.
I'm sorry, sit down. It will give... Let's continue. He does not understand mathematics, but it's alright. Let us continue. Let's continue. Hold the camera. Let's continue. It will give you -1.95. Anyways, now for the function, yeah? If we're going to add it to our values, we click on File, we go to Options, right? And then we go all the way to, Customize Ribbon. There you will see Developer. If it's not on, you will tick it. After you tick the developer, you click OK. This will show in the Excel worksheet. As you click developer, you click Visual Basic, right? And when you click Visual Basic, you can zoom in. Thank you so much. You'll see the function f of x. When you see f of x right there, f of x is right here. And when you input this into the graph, these are the equations. And when you put g of x into the equations, this is how the code will look. Now when you go to your graph and you make a column for f of x and g of x, you automatically write, for example, equals to f, open bracket, could you hold the camera for a minute, equals to f, open bracket. Now look at where the equation is. It's A2. And when you input it, it will give you -20. As you input it all the way down, it will give you the values. Exactly. You understood that? So it will give you all the values. That's perfect. Now, after, when you're looking to draw a graph, you go to Insert, you go to Recommended Charts, and this is where you'll find a chart, and you'll select and input everything you need. So now when I put my chart and I made it, this is how the chart looks, right? This is when f of x intersects g of x. Exactly. So it automatically plots it on the graph, and it's up to you to insert the y values, the x values, and the caption, the title, when f of x intersects g of x. And this is the point of intersection, as you can see in the graph. Now, I use the estimate, and this is my worksheet. And for someone who does not understand how Microsoft Excel works, like Paul, you'll be able to know how I plotted and got all the points. Am I right? Thank you so much. And this is basically my video explaining how this whole thing works and explaining the concept. Thank you very much, Elizabeth.